Buffalo, New York. UPS customer center. And I just picked up my shiny new binders. Let's check them out. Like they shipped the proper ones. Wow, I love this. 5/8. No, what is this? Yeah, 5/8 G7. Now compare this to what I had before. Take them out. I see before I had a grab hook and a grab hook, right? So now we have a, oh, check this out, brand new binder already scratched. Yeah, it's because they were lying inside next to each other. But I saw this at a crane company, like I said. Of course, they're heavier. But this way, see, now I'll be able to hook up directly like this, you know. So it'll be much faster. Just hook up a chain. I don't have to do a loop. I can do like this, or I can do like this. And it's perfectly legal and just faster. So that's the advantage, speed and convenience. And two drawbacks are extra weight, because yeah, these are much heavier. But so heavier weight. And the second drawback is, what's the second drawback? I don't know. I think there's only one drawback. Oh yeah, the price. The second drawback is the price, because these are probably 50% heavier, but these ones I will never buy this bad stuff again. These don't last at all. They're not very strong, and they get rusted, I don't know, very fast. And also these hooks, maybe I got the wrong size or something, but like they have a good rating. Yeah, 1/2 of an inch, half of an inch, but they don't grab. There's like the hook itself is very small in these, you know. And so you see the hook I have now is even bigger than this. So that means that I can hook it up in more places, because quite often there's something where I need a bigger hook. I think I made a good decision. So we're gonna start working with this. So I'm not, like, some of these are still work, some of these are date back to 2014. These ones, actually I'm not a big fan of this design, because I had a couple of them and they cracked over here, like this part cracked. And that's why I only bought 8. I'm gonna check them out, but I like this. I think this is cool. So we'll see how they work, but I got a few that are really bad, and so I'm gonna like I'm tired of fixing them, I'm just gonna throw them away. All right, so let's head to the border, and then after we cross the border, we're heading to Quebec, or as they say, Quebec. You know, but one guy says, why don't say it Quebec all the time? Well, because Quebec, it's in French. It's the French way of saying the name of the province, and I'm speaking English. And I really don't like when people, you know, speak English and then they go, you know, and when you arrive in Zurich, you know, like, what the, are you talking German or are you talking English? So you should speak one language, and do just that. So in English it's Quebec, okay, but if I ever learn French, then I'll say Quebec. So anyway, my next stop is in probably 50 kilometers, which is a truck stop, Husky truck stop. On the Canadian side. I'm gonna grab some breakfast. And continue. So the plan is it's about 500 miles. I love it when they repeat it like that, you know, like 3-4 times within 10 seconds. Love it. She just wants to make sure I don't get lost. Oh wow, really? Next left? Oh, I thought you said next right. Oh, my bad. This is a bad intersection. All right. Turn. The weather is beautiful. I thought I was supposed to go that way. Oh, okay, next one. I remember I was turning somewhere left. I've been here before. Jesus. Okay, we're turning onto Clinton. Clinton and 450 meters. Sign is on the right, 2190.
Take the next left onto Clinton Street.
The automatic AC is very loud. This way I can choose. Of course, I'm not gonna make this turn. I mean this arrow. check the radius. Where do I have to be? How far I have to go? I'll just look and I know how far into the intersection I have to go not to kill that guy in a Subaru with the rear of my trailer. A little bit more. The problem with this kind of a load is that I find that often people slow down, you know, just to look at me, because they like this unusual machine. Like I was sitting at that intersection, right, trying to turn out from the UPS yard,
50 meters, turn right onto the I-190 North Rim.
and this guy in the SUV is driving by like there's no tomorrow, and he was probably doing like 20 miles an hour, you know? Okay, I think it's this one, 190 North.
Turn right onto the I-190 North Rim, then merge onto I-190 North.
Yeah, it's very sharp, so I gotta turn like this. You know, you would think that a sharp turn like this, why are you putting that curbstone like half an inch, you know, very sharp? And that's why they have these safety cones in there. But I saw right away that it's very sharp, right? And so I had to go like this. And you see, even going from the left lane, I barely made it, and I only have 2 axles in the back. Like I lifted my axle 3. So if my axle 3 was down, or worse, my flip axle was down, I would not be able to make that turn. Now, let alone a stinger. Now, you saw, right, what just happened? Like, imagine if I had a stinger, which increases your length by another 14-15 feet. Like, there's no way, absolutely, to get into that ramp. And that's another reason why I'm still undecided if I want to spend $24,000 US on that spreader bar, the metal bar that turns my flip into a stinger. Now, we had an interesting and very unusual question from Florida. I never get people never ask me this. This is the first time ever I hear this question, so I decided to answer it on the air. A gentleman from Jacksonville, Florida is asking, why am I not using APUs? Oh boy, how many times do I have to talk about this? Fuck APUs, okay? I don't like them. They're too expensive, they're too noisy. For me, it's noise. I hate noise. I cannot sleep when it's noisy. It's like sleeping next to a reefer. And third, they're not safe. I knew a guy whose truck burned down because of the faulty APU, okay? Those are the 3 main reasons. 1, price. 2, noise. 3, safety concerns. And that's all I have to do about, that's all I have to say about this stupid subject. You can always go inside the truck stop, like that's what I did yesterday. Like at night it was pretty cool. Well, not cool, but it was cool, meaning okay. But during the day I had to do some paperwork, and then I So I did my IFTA, I calculated all my liters of fuel, I calculated my kilometers, miles, you know, how much I did in 3 months during Q2. And then what I did? Oh, I did my border crossing, like my part, my ACI, electronic manifest. I did that, and I printed out cover sheet. So and this morning I checked, everything is ready. I can go to the border. Except because I'm oversized, I still have to stop at the duty free and call the supervisor of the bridge and get their permission. But I don't need any special permit because I'm under 120,000 pounds. There's no fee to cross the bridge besides the regular one that I will pay with my Easy Pass.
3 kilometers. Use the right lane to take exit 9 Peace Bridge. Near Egan.
Yeah, and so what I did was it was about 30 degrees, 90 F, and that TA where I was, they have a TV room. So they have like two or three TVs. One TV in the hallway is always pretty much tuned to sports, and so all these sports fanatics are sitting in the hallway because there's tables, there's chairs, you know. But for us movie buffs, I love movies. I watch all new movies pretty much. There's this TV room, and it's not a TV, it's just basically a movie screen because it's connected to a DVD player, right? And it's only playing movies non-stop, you know. I loved it. So I was sitting there, and it's cool, they have AC, and I probably watched like 3 or 4 movies yesterday, and it's all free. They're just playing, you know, for truckers. Very cool. So I like that about this TA. What I don't like is the crazy $3.85 per gallon price, which makes no sense at all. Because all other places you can go to a small truck stop, small area, it'll be like $3.19, $3.25, $3.15. Okay, so this is my exit. Peace Bridge, Fort Erie, Ken. See, US guys, right? They abbreviate my country to Ken, CNN. Like, you know, Ken. Like a tin can. That's not the name of the country. This guy is going. All right, he's going straight. Okay, so we're gonna go in here. Oh, I see another fellow heavy hauler. This guy has some big Cat Dozer. Well, not big because his trailer is a double drop 35-ton, so we know that that's not too heavy. Oh, and this guy has a Quebec plates. Yeah, I see Cat, nice shiny. And you see some of them, well, this one of course I can do, but some of the smaller ones I cannot do with this trailer. Because like when the tracks are too close together or the ground clearance is not high enough, you know. But this one I think I could do. Okay, I see the guys walking towards me. That's the guy from the bridge authority. Hold on, let me grab my permit somewhere here. And the guy asked me about how wide I am, how heavy I am. He called his supervisor on the radio. And he said, "You ready to go?" I said, "Yep." Okay. And those are the lanes that you cross when coming from Canada into US. Now they have a yield sign on my side. What's with that? I'm supposed to yield to drunk people coming in from the duty free? Man, these guys are just, nobody's working. Okay, here's a tricky. Okay, now I only have like 2 axles on the back, so it's fine. But I remember with when I had my flip down, that was tricky. And here's another part over here, not to hit this one with the. Oh, I made it. Perfect. Captain SERGEI is driving well this morning. Minimum civilian casualties. Which in this case means 0. Okay. Are these guys ever gonna end this bridge? Like, are they gonna finish the work? Oh, I think that's what they were doing, because I think that one is new, like this green thing over here, the fence. So I think they're gonna be where's the sidewalk? There used to be a sidewalk over here, like the people, sometimes you see people walking or pushing their bikes. Oh, I have to remember my mileage. And in Canada we don't need lights, we don't need flashing light. 37895, 37895, okay. 37895, that's my kilometers at the border with Canada and Ontario. Okay, so that's Canada customs lanes, so that's where I'm going. And I'll need to park and go inside for sure, because I bought the lands, $1,300, and I bought the binders in US, so I have to declare them. So now there's no duties. Well, they say it's not a duty, but to me it's a duty, because what they do is they charge you sales tax. So they deduct $800 that I'm entitled to, like free purchases, and anything over $800 after 48 hours stay, I have to pay 13% sales tax on that. So 1,300, I think it was like $1,395 the lands, and then $700 were binders with shipping. Alright, I'm back in my truck. I'm officially in Canada. My paperwork is stamped, and you see that's my duty, and they call it duty. Even though they say no, there's no duties between Canada and US, but it's, I had to pay $240 Canadian, which is no big deal because it's only $200 US. But you know, and that's why you don't wanna cheat at the border, you know, because if you don't tell them, the repercussions can be severe. You know, just pay $200, and then you know you can drive with no stress, knowing that everything is by the book, right? And I even told them about like pretty much everything I bought. I bought some vitamins, I bought some audio books, I said $100 for those US, and then I bought the lens and the binders. You know? No cheating. Everything is by the book at the border. Because these guys are like cops. You know? So that's my recommendation to everybody is if you're bringing something into the country, first of all check that you can bring it into the country. Otherwise you buy something in US and then you have to declare it and then just take it away. And actually I wanted to go when I was inside there. I'm just waiting for this guy over here. He doesn't seem like a good backer. So you know, before you buy something in US, if you're Canadian, or even if you're American, right, and you're going into Canada, you better check that that item is allowed inside the country. So yeah, so when I was inside, I wanted to ask him about these police batons, because actually I asked the guy at the booth and he was not sure, you know. I say, hey, a police baton, you know, the one that telescopes, right, with a telescopic action. He says, oh, I know that spring-loaded batons are prohibited for sure, but he says I'm not sure about regular ones. See, like even customs don't know, right? So when I was inside paying for these goodies, I wanted to ask him, but it's kind of tricky, you know, because if you ask them too many questions, they will decide that you're trying to hide something, you know. So you don't want to ask too many questions at the border, you know. Because why is this guy asking about police batons and tear gas? I was asking them, I said, so tear gas is a weapon. He says, oh yeah, tear gas, you cannot bring tear gas into Canada. Okay, so I said, what about police batons? And he's looking at me and I said, no, I have nothing. I said, I wanted to buy it, but I wanted to check with you guys first because somebody said they were prohibited. And I waited inside. You know, they were all sitting in their booth, nobody was coming to the counter. I just got tired of standing there. Plus again, I said, like I said, it's not a good idea to ask many questions because they can detain you for 2 hours and start searching your truck thinking that you are trying to bring something in, you know, like I have nothing. That's why I didn't buy it. Alright, it worked. And this is the last barrier before Canada. Oh wow, look at that hole. I'm free. Hello, Canada. I think over there they charge my like, it's funny, this is Canada, right? And I think this is the only place where you can pay with this inside Canada, because once I passed the Canadian customs, right, this is Canada, and still these guys at the bridge recognize my iPass. Yeah, not Easy Pass, iPass. Easy Pass, I was thinking about that one. That one allows you to bypass scales, you know. But the thing is that when I'm oversized, I have to stop no matter what, you know. Like even if I have a pre-pass, I think, yeah, pre-pass. Even if I have that pre-pass, I still have to stop if the scale is open. But it would be helpful when I'm empty. So that's the only time. and I just don't think that I want to pay, you know, because when I'm empty like this, I'm not afraid. Oh, look, Thompson Road. Oh, they're working on the bridge over here. Alright, so the next stop is have some quick breakfast at Husky in 37 kilometers, 26 miles. And this is QEW, Queen Elizabeth Way, QEW freeway. And usually I stop over here. Exit 5, there's a Flying J with Denny's. I don't know why I decided this time to go to Huskies, but that's what's in my GPS. My favorite city, Toronto, where traffic each year gets worse and worse. Now this is 401, and this spot, there's always jams in here. Even though they have, look, they have like six lanes.
In 500 meters, keep left to the fork to
But
continue on Ontario 401 Express.
the problem is that these two lanes exit into a collector, and not everybody wants to go into a collector, but then you can get back to Express, so no big deal. I was just trying to see if they will let me in.
Keep left to the fork to continue on Ontario 401 Express.
And so they did. And my Google Maps is pretty cheerful about this, but if you see, it's all red. You see the color is all red? That means it's very stop and go traffic pretty much. But time now is 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. 9 p.m. in Moscow, Russia. But over here in Canada, 1 p.m., 4 minutes after 1. And so this is the perfect time when to cross Toronto. You know, not too early, not in the afternoon, but even now, you see what happens? Like, it's very slow. Yeah, some guy just called me, wants to move a drill rig from Montreal to a suburb of Toronto. I said, yeah, I can do that. And then he starts asking me all these questions, and when can you be available? And I said, I'm unloading tomorrow, so I can load tomorrow afternoon or next day. I can wait. And we're talking for half an hour. We agree on a rate. The guy says, yeah, I think that sounds reasonable. And then he says, oh, I'll have to check with them about the rate, but also they said this load is ready today, and I don't know if they can wait till tomorrow. Then wait a second, why did we just spend half an hour on the phone talking about rates if I told you I cannot pick up today? I'm still under a load. Like, what a bunch of idiots, you know, these brokers. Just wasting everybody's time. But if it does happen, and my truck was posted as available in Montreal for the past week. For the past week it was posted. And so this is the only guy that called me looking for a truck. Now this might remind you of, I don't know, Chicago, maybe Illinois, or maybe California, that beautiful smog in the distance. Of course, it's much smaller than, let's say, Los Angeles, but still. Oh, that's a famous local landmark. Oh, wait a second. I thought it was a beer factory. No, it's the Ministry of the Environment. Okay. Yeah, it used to be what is it? Labatt Blue. There was a beer factory over there. So they kicked them out. They said, no, we like your building. And now Ministry of Environment took over. Go figure. Anyways, it's gonna be like this for me for another probably hour. Well, actually it gets better. I see the red turns into yellow or amber, so that's a good sign. Amber means slow, red means stop. But that's why I don't like going more than once a day. Through Toronto, because it's very stressful. Which reminds me, I got the transponder. I posted about this on Facebook, so now I have a, well, it should be waiting for me at my mailbox. At the mailbox, it's a transponder for 407 toll highway over here. So like now I'm coming from the south, from Buffalo side, right? And there's a 407 over there that I could have jumped over and driven all over this, like an alternate route around this mess, you know? And of course you have to pay money, it's not free, but you know, I would gladly pay, I don't know, 20, 30, maybe 40 bucks just to go around all this stuff. And so now, on top of this iPass, yeah, I'll have the 407. That one works only here, only in Ontario, Canada. It's a specific transponder. Oh, and one interesting thing is that it only works for one vehicle. Like, you know, like this one, iPass, I can register a car and a truck, and that's what I did. So if I want to go on a vacation, I can take this transponder with me, put it in my Mustang, and it's all legal. It's all perfect. They know what rates to charge. But these guys over here, they say no. If it's a big heavy truck and the rates are different than what they charge from a car, you need a separate transponder. And so the one I got is specifically for a heavy truck, and they allow oversized loads. So I'm gonna be using that one a lot in the future, I'm thinking. Because it's all a business write-off, you know, my health, my nerves are more valuable to me than money. So like I said, I'd rather pay a few bucks and just go on the toll. That's what they're for. All right, this is gonna be it. I might show tomorrow unloading. I think last time they allowed me to do that. It's just a factory, it's not a military garrison, you know, like not the front, you know. Not the front lines of the resistance. It's just a military factory where they're gonna finish this TAPV. They're gonna install the missing armor, and they're gonna install the guns and the gun controls, and that's where I'm unloading. It's just a military factory. So cheerio, thanks for watching. Captain Sergei out. Peace.